Hey everybody, it's Brian with SiouxperCon. I'm super excited to be here with you today. We're going to do some arts and crafts, believe it or not, and we're going to celebrate both Stranger Things and the Ghostbusters. And I couldn't think of anything better to wear today than my Stranger Things hat, especially with season 2 coming out, and with them being heavily relying on the Ghostbusters theme throughout the season. It looks like pretty sweet. So yeah, today's materials that you're going to need: scissors, tape, assortment of paints like a yellow or a brownish, some white, and some black. I went to the dollar store and spent like $3, so I got a window marker if we need it. I also have some leftover quick cover is what it's called. Just like faux material that you put like in the bottom of a drawer. And then I got the wallpaper looking stuff, along with a foam board, which we're going to need as well, and then some leftover Christmas lights, which I will grab here in a little bit. The other materials that I grabbed from the dollar store right now, Halloween, so we got the ghost. Basically what this is really just like a clothes hanger with a foam head and a piece of white material with the face. So if you couldn't find one of these, it's pretty easy to make one of these. Just get a clothes hanger, throw some white material over it, with your ghost face on it, and you're good to go. And then I also grabbed a couple of these Valentine's Day hearts that they had. We're going to repurpose those and make the no go sign. So just a couple of those. With that, I also have a wire cutter and pliers for that. So let's get started. The scene where Joy paints the letters on the wall and then uses the lights so that she could talk to Will. We're going to recreate the wall and the light scene. Okay, so we're going to start by cracking open the wall paper, if you will. And then what we'll do is we will put this right on top. This isn't going to take very much time. This is going to actually be a pretty easy craft project. So those of you that aren't really into arts and crafts all the time, this will actually be pretty fun and easy to do. So yeah, just basically throw this on, and there's a couple things you can do. This stuff actually is sticky, so you can peel it and then throw it on, or you can just tape it right on. It's really your preference. I'm going to use the sticky stuff because I want to. It's really up to you. And then after we're done doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this wood and we're going to put it at the very bottom to make the wood trim. So thanks to Movie Magic, I'll be able to show a little image of what this is supposed to look like, so you don't have to think about it off the top of your head. And then, let's go ahead and get the wallpaper sized up and cut, and I like to wrap around the back. That won't be showing, so let's just get that cut. So there's a little trick to this stuff. If you just get enough peel to get it started and then stuck down, you can actually pull it from underneath. So it doesn't stick too bad. So this is actually really easy to work with stuff. And just get it lined up where you want it. And this could take a couple tries. Don't feel bad.
You shorten over them nipple bang gunk stinking piss!
Ralphie, did you hear what he said? Holy smokes!
I have since heard of people under extreme duress speaking in strange tongues. I became conscious that a steady torrent of obscenities and swearing of all kinds was pouring out of me as I screamed.
Okay, we got it. I mean, it doesn't look very good, but we got it. We got it. So basically, don't do anything I just did, because it didn't work. But I mean, it's stuck. You just tape it to the back. Don't even mess with the sticky stuff. To be totally honest with you. So I'm sweating. This is a lot of work. So I'm just gonna put a little tape down. This stuff, again, it'll come up, you know, from time to time. If it just bumped around a lot and you don't want it peeling off all over the place and sticking to your wall or what have you when you don't want it to be. Awesome. Okay, so voila. Got that going. So next we're going to mix up our paint. So up next we're going to mix our paint. So this is just to yellow the wall a little bit, and that black is pretty bold, so we don't want that sticking through with the black letters. So we're gonna dull it down a bit. So what I did is I grabbed some colors that we just had sitting around in our basement on our crafts area. So I'm going to yellow it up a little bit and then throw in some white and then a little bit of brownish tan color. Haven't used this paint in a while. Okay, again, that was a yellow, a tan, and some white. Let's get that mixed up. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. I think we just let it dry. Okay, so I'm going to awkwardly stand here and show you what I'm doing. So basically what I did is I grabbed a screenshot from the show, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint as close as I can. So keep in mind, you have to try to keep this in scale with what's going on, and then also, you know, you can run out of letters pretty easily. So the smaller the better when you start out, and then kind of gauge it from there. I already went through and tried to figure out the size of the letters as you paint them. So just keep that in mind. I am going to use a paintbrush. The marker is way too thick. so now that the letters are dry, we're gonna put the wood trim at the very base, and doesn't have to be perfect. Again, the wall's already kind of decrepit in the show, so any more weathering kind of looks pretty cool. So what I'm gonna do is just grab this brown stuff here that looks like wood. I'm gonna cut it up. Just get it close. That's what you need. Alright. Just need the lights. Okay, so onto the lights. So I'm just gonna grab a random string of Christmas lights. What I'll end up doing is probably getting the LED bigger bulbs to kind of coincide with the show itself. These right now are just kind of a temporary look, but I think they'll work as far as scale goes. The smaller bulbs are probably more appropriate for how small this is. Otherwise, the big bulbs I think will be just fine. So if you can find some cheap lights, I mean they're $5 for a small string, go for it. If not, I think these work fine. Everyone gets the point, right? So, all right. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna wrap this around 3 times, and then I'll staple the lights, not through the wires, but around the wires, and then should be good to go. Plug it in. Oh, and as I do this as well, I think I'm going to put little slits in so the lights can kind of slide in a little bit in the areas that they're coming around the board, just to kind of hold them in place a little bit better. Don't cut the wire. And there we have it. So it is very important in between our projects to take a moment and hydrate. This is a lot of work. I'm sweating. I didn't know this kind of thing made you sweat, but it does. My goodness. And while we're taking a quick break, I'll tell you a little bit about SiouxperCon. So SiouxperCon 2018 coming up next year, September 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2018. Super excited. Gonna have a lot of really cool guests. We're already in the works with a lot of them, and we have some more big announcements coming this Saturday. We'll be in Brookings Book Company to announce another big guest, and then we'll continue to do so throughout the next few months as we get people confirmed. So be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be bigger, it's better at the convention center. There's gonna be tons of stuff to do. A lot of cool activities we've got planned. Yeah, it's just all around going to be a great time. So, cheers, and let's get started on the next project. Okay, so next up we're going to work on our No Ghost Ghost. Essentially, it's 3 items from the dollar store again, the ghost, and then a couple of these Valentine's Day items. I did grab a wire cutters and a pair of scissors and hand pliers for this. We're going to make something that looks pretty close to this, but not really at all. So first I'm just going to remove this lovely heart, and I'll hand that over to my wife later tonight. these tags off. And this is just really easy wire just to bend into the shape you want. As close to a circle as you can. Just straighten that out a little bit. And then, so for this next part, I'm just going to straighten this out. I'm going to cut it a little long on both sides so they can wrap around. And these aren't the best for cutting, so hopefully we can get through. Then we'll go down to the end. We'll make a little loop. I'm just going to pull this back so I can get a little bit more to it and be able to see what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the very end here and I'm just going to start pulling it around and working that around. Create a hook essentially. I will use that to attach on both sides. And if you do end up getting the same materials, there is a tiny little piece of wire that's in here, and it keeps poking my finger. There is blood right now, so be careful. There's that little piece in there. Just be warned that you don't get yourself with it. Alright. And just got the little hook there. So I'm going to snap on this side. And find my spot on the other side. Looks like I cut it a little long on one side, so I'm going to work that again to get the distance right. So when it comes to cutting things, I've learned in my life that it's better to cut a little long than a little short. All right there. And I stabbed myself again. Alright, I'm just going to kind of shape it a little bit again. Make sure everything is where I want it. So I am actually pretty happy with this. And so if you look, my no ghost sign is there. And I'm going to put one arm through and the other arm through. And now I have my no ghost sign to hang up. And there's a little bit there we go. That looks pretty cool. Alright, so that's a quick 5-minute craft you can do. In just a second here, I'll get my two crafts side by side. So thanks again everybody for joining me for my first craft session like ever. This was a lot of fun figuring things out and doing something pretty easy. So Stranger Things is coming up pretty soon here, season 2, the end of October. So hope you have a great time watching it, and if you throw a party or just need some Halloween decoration or even Christmas stuff, got you covered. Happy Halloween!